So, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. You're welcome to this week's Forex Outlook with Great White FX for the 7th to 8th of March 2023. Hello?
Monday is 4th.
Sorry, 4th. Sorry, I meant 4th to 8th of March 2023. So without taking much of our time, let's get down to what the chart has for us. So before I start off, let's start off with the economic calendar. So Monday is going to be calm, not much of an economic news. When Tuesday, we're going to have some impact news. Wednesday, we have Aussie GDP. And we have Fed chairman is going to be speaking by 4. That's going to cause some market volatility. We have 215 non-farm employment change. Bank of Canada rate news. So we have rate news for the Canadian dollar and rate news again on Thursday, and unemployment and non-farm payroll going into this week. So this week is going to be interesting. I'll say from Tuesday, we're going to start having some high impact news. Monday might be calm. So we're going to start off as always. We're going to start off with the US 100 dollar index, Euro USD, GBPUSD, gold, Euro pound, pound yen, and Euro yen. So let's start off with the US 100. Looking at this pair, like I said last week, this pair is still bullish. Let's look at it from the monthly time frame, because whenever you have a new chart, a new monthly candle closing up, it's always advisable to start off looking at your chart from the monthly. So as we can see, this previous month has closed bullish. So that points to further upside going into the new month for the US 100, which is also a variation, is empty force variation of NASDAQ. So we might see a bit of a retracement. And if that retracement is to happen, we'll be watching this 4-hour fair value gap. If it fails, then we are going to be watching this other block on the 4-hour. A retracement, then a continuation back to the upside, as this pair is clearly still bullish. It's clearly still bullish. The first sign that you have that it's turning is going to be if this other block fails, then you're going to have the previous week low fails. If that fails, then this might start turning. But for now, any retracement on it is going to be an opportunity for a long. So the next one we're going to be looking at is the dollar index. So before I go forward on the dollar index, I would like us to take note. Today's review is being sponsored by Trading Pro. And if we look at, we can see some of their awards: Fastest Execution Broker 2023, Best Trading Experience 2023, Fastest Growing Broker 2023. I think they have some other awards there, and they've been here since 2017. They've been here since 2017. So the remarkable thing is that with a minimum deposit of $50 to $100, you get access to their trading community, of which I organize trainings on Mondays and Tuesdays, and also offer daily market outlook on their trading community, especially their Telegram and WhatsApp. So if you look at this, this was our analysis for the channel. This was the gold analysis. I think, let me see if it's going to show up. So this was the chart for US index. And I'm looking for the chart for gold. And so these are some of our analysis for last week. You can see they really paid off. The best was gold last week. You can see the entry price here. You can see how price almost came to the TP and exceeded the TP. So we also have some good output. So this is the VIP for those that have fully registered and signed up with a minimum deposit of $50 to $100. And this is the free analysis for those that have yet to fully sign up and fully register and then fund their account. So I would advise all to take up opportunity of this because it's being given at a very highly discounted rate. The training alone on a monthly basis is almost $200, and the analysis is almost $175 a month. So that's almost, we're looking at almost $375 free. So I would advise us to take advantage of that opportunity. So let's go down to our chart. We're looking at the dollar index. The dollar index is looking like it might move a little bit lower. We have a swing high here on the weekly in play. Although the candles are not fully decisive, we can see they are doji kind of candles, which means that they might swing in any direction going into this new week. But on the 4-hour time frame, we have a break below here and we have this low. This low didn't make a new high after spiking into this other block. So I am of the opinion going into the 4-hour time frame that we might see something like this. The possibility exists that we might see a move high, probably this 4-hour fair value gap. We need to watch this fair value gap on the 4-hour. Then something like this, then it sweep down here. That's what I'm looking at on the dollar index. So going into this new week on the dollar index, we might see a bit of a weakness, but let us be advised that we have the Fed chairman is going to speak on Thursday, and we're going into non-farm payroll week. So let's be aware of that. So I'm going to be slightly bearish on the dollar going into the new week. So looking at the Euro USD, if we look at the Euro USD on the monthly, we can see that it has a doji, but with a long lower wick, which points to the possibility that we might see a bit of a retracement before a continuation to the upside. So if we drop down now back to the weekly, and see that it has a doji, this indecision candle. We drop down to the daily. Well, the daily is interesting because we have what looks like a breaker here. We have a low, we have a high, we have a break below, and price has come into that level, as you can see, and has created a railway track. This is a bullish signal. So the possibility exists that we might see a bit of a retracement and a continuation to the upside on the Euro USD. So the next pair we're going to be looking at is the GBPUSD. Looking at the GBPUSD, the GBPUSD is still slightly indecisive. Let's look at it from the monthly. See, the monthly was indecisive. If we drop down to the weekly was basically also indecisive, weeks on both sides. When you have a market showing weeks on both sides, it's going to be a little bit challenging trading that pair. Then we move over to the daily. We can see that it's not making significant new highs. If we drop down to the 4-hour time frame, the possibility exists that this may still move lower. So we might see something like this. As long as price does not go below this low, you wait for something like this and the possibility of an upward movement. But for now, as long as this high is still in play, we might see lower movements on the pound, on the pound USD. So this pair is slightly tilted to the downside, but given this candle close on Friday, we need to watch it for a little bit of a down move and a continuation to the upside. The next way we're going to be looking at is gold. Gold exceeded our expectations for last week. If you go back and watch the review. So looking at it now, we have, if we look at it on the monthly, we have this, we have the price of 2063.53 to this high. So I'm of the opinion that this may still try to run for this level here. That's 2010.06. If we drop down to our weekly time frame, we can see that the weekly is still bullish with momentum. It's still bullish with momentum, pointing to the possibility of still higher prices. For our, we can see that this high has been taken out, but this high 2088.54 is still holding. Price has not closed above it. So going into this new week, if we go down to the part, the possibility is that if price does not do this, let's go back to the daily. Let's not forget this high here on the daily. You can see the way price came very close to it. So now let's go back to our 4-hour time frame. That is, this will retrace to the downside, but first, then to continue higher. But if price does something like this, spikes here, then you're going to see a retracement to probably fill this. So if gold is to continue rallying, I wouldn't want it to attack the high at 2088.54. I wouldn't want it to attack that high. I would just want it to retrace first, then find bullish evidence within this 4-hour fair value gap to continue to the upside. Then the next pair we're going to be looking at, EURGBP has not been the best of pairs. It's been in a very, very wild consolidation. It's been a very, very, as you can see, this is the candle movement for only the month of January and February. You can see this small bodied candle. So if we go down to the weekly, hello, can you guys still hear me?
You are off. For this.
But is it back now?
Yeah, it's back.
So the EURGBP is in a range, but with this engulfing candle on the weekly, this 3-candle pattern is what you have here. Let me use this. This 3-candle pattern is basically something we're looking at here. So the possibility is that going into this week, this might retrace to continue to the upside. But if we look at it on the daily, it's not very neat, weeks on both sides. So for this to actually show strength, we need a body close above 85.72. That will confirm euro strength and see price moving higher. I believe that may happen because we have euro rate news coming in on Thursday. So this week, we might see a little bit of a bullish move on the EURGBP. And if that should happen, that's going to put pressure on pound. Once the euro starts to rally, it's going to put pressure on anything pound. So the next one we're going to be looking at is pound yen. Pound yen for now is still bullish. Let's go into the weekly time frame. Let's start from the monthly. So this monthly has the week, and price has rallied into it. Price has rallied into it. There might be a bit of a retracement. If we go down to the weekly, well, this is a bearish sign on the weekly. If we go to the daily, the fact that the possibility is that price may still come into this area going into this new week. So going into this new week, if price should rally and can't take out this high, wait for something like this to go here. Or if price spikes here, closes back below, gives you this formation, then you might take a shot. Why am I saying that? Based off what I'm seeing on the weekly. the highs have been taken, although it spiked up, but on the daily, the possibility is that this might retrace to only move back down. So we're going to look at it on the 4-hour time frame. You can see it's already setting up. If this fair value gap, 4-hour fair value gap rejects price, then you'll be targeting 18904 and this. The reversal on this pair, full reversal, will come when you have a body close below 187.859. So the next, but not the least, is the euro yen. The euro yen, let's go to the higher time frame. Go start from the monthly. Well, this pair has the possibility to still move higher going into this new month. Let's go to the daily, but not much on the daily. Not much on the daily. It's still being capped by this high. That's 163.70. You see, we have what looks like equal highs there. Let's go to the weekly. Sorry, to the daily. This pair is still bullish, but it's within. As you can see, it's broken 16187. So this might be a retracement to continue to the upside. Let's look at it on 4-hour time frame. Oh, for 4-hour time frame, we might see a bit of a down move before a continuation to the upside. The 4-hour has already shown a failure swing to make a new high. So if this high, if this low can't take out any of these highs, then price is going to move back down. Any questions? Is there any questions before we call it a night? Any question? So, the absence of any questions, don't forget this is sponsored by Trading Pro. The link to join is in the description section. You'll find it there. So don't forget to click and check on it. And you can also reach out to me via my WhatsApp, Telegram, or my WhatsApp line. So I wish everybody a beautiful night's sleep, a blessed Sunday ahead, and a wonderful trading week. Good night, everybody.
Good night.